Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Katlego. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to another video. I am filming outside because the echo in here is so bad. So chilling outside, chilling in the sun, photosynthesizing. Today's video, I'm going to talk about basically general advice for students applying to university, students currently in matric. What do you need to know? Because I've realized that the things that I think are obvious are not actually obvious, especially talking with my sisters because they're currently in matric. It's like, man, these people don't know so much. So I'm just gonna try and talk about all the things that I think are important to know when applying to university if you're a first-time applicant. So it's not gonna be focused on any kind of study area. It's just like generally what you need to know as a matric student applying to university. First point, you need to know what you want to do. So you need to like have an understanding, what career do I want to go into, what study program am I interested in, do I want to do a BSc degree, do I want to do a BCom economics, do I want to do medicine, do I want to do this. And the best way to decide on that, sorry about the background noise, I'm outside. The best way to decide on what you want to study, you need to look at what do you enjoy. So because we can talk about passions and all these things, but when I was in matric I could not tell you what my passion was, but I knew that, well, I enjoy life sciences, I enjoy biology. So look at it that way. When you're in class, of the subjects that you're doing, what do you enjoy doing? What is the subject that most interests you? Are you interested in geography? Are you interested in life sciences? Are you interested in mathematics, physics, economics, accounting? What do you like to do? That will give you a general sense of, if I'm going to like go into a career, what do I think I would enjoy? Maybe I would enjoy like being an economist or studying economics because I enjoyed economics in high school. So think of it in that way. That is the easiest way, I think, to figure out what to study at university. Don't choose a career because people or teachers at school are like, well, you're good at maths, like go and do a bachelor of mathematics or something like that. Or, oh, you're good in accounting, so now you think, well, you just have to go to the route of becoming a CASA. If that's not what you want, don't do it. If that's not what you enjoy. So after deciding what you enjoy and what you think you could study, you need to choose a university. So you need to figure first out what you want to do, then decide where are you going to apply. Are you going to apply to WITS? Are you going to apply to University of Pretoria, UCT, any other university in the country? And then research, is this study program available at that university, and what are the requirements? Do I meet the requirements? So it goes without saying, universities release what are called prospectuses. So you download a prospectus, you go to the faculty that your degree is under, you look at what is required, like which marks for maths do you need to qualify, for English, for life sciences, stuff like that. The APS score, how to calculate the APS score. So do you qualify for that degree? And then that will tell you which university you can apply to based on whether they offer that study program and whether you apply for that, you qualify for that study program. On top of that, you need to have at least 3 choices, I think. Some universities require only 2, but some require 3 study choices. So if my first choice is I'm gonna become a doctor, I'm gonna do medicine, I need to have choice number 2 and choice number 3. Maybe I can say, well, choice number 2, if I don't get into medicine, I can do a Bachelor of Health Sciences, and then my last option would be I can do maybe like a general science BSc. So have study choices, and you can't have all 3 of your study choices be these degrees that are really hard to get into. So be realistic with your choices. You can't have medicine and then engineering and then like, I don't know, like accounting or something like that, because those would be considered all first choices. It's very hard to get into. So the one you really want to do is your first choice, and then something else you could do that you might be interested in if you don't get into the other one, your second choice, and then you have your last option as well. The third point is have a backup university. As much as you have 3 choices for your study, do not just apply to one university, apply to multiple universities. My advice, do not apply to one university, because if you don't get in, you're gonna sit home the entire year. So apply to Wits, UP, UCT, TUT, UNISA. Like, have choices. If you don't get into Wits, at least get into like UP or get into like UJ. So you know what I'm saying, have choices. In the end, you get to choose, okay, I got accepted for this. Oh, another thing is, you can have 3 choices, get accepted for your first choice in one university and not accepted for your first choice at another university. So that is like a nice thing to do, because then you can decide, do I really actually want to do this degree, and then this is where I'm going to do it because they took me for that degree. Now the actual university application, point number 4. The university application is fairly simple, like straightforward, not confusing. First of all, all applications, I think all applications by now are online. So you can apply on your phone, you can apply on a laptop, you can apply at the library, at an internet cafe, whatever you prefer. Just make sure that when you do apply, I honestly like advise you do it in one sitting, because it really does not take that long. Like 30 minutes you would be done. Like 30 minutes is actually even a long time. Just sit down and apply. So read through the application thoroughly. What do they want from you? What do they require? Read through the application. What exactly do they want? What sections are they? I know there's demography, you have study choices, whether or not you want to stay at res, things like your contact details. So read through the application and see what they need from you, and then complete the application. If some sections are not complete, your application cannot be submitted. So it will tell you that, well, you missed the section, you need to fill in your phone number or something like that. And then you can go back through your application and see that all sections are filled and you're happy with your choices. The next point is attach all the required documents. So they need like your grade 11 results, they need your ID, all certified. So when you do start your application, make sure you have those certified copies in PDF format, either on your laptop or on your phone, so that when they do want them, you can just upload them onto the website and move on with your application. Pay the application fee. So applications are not free. Some universities is 200, some is 300, some is just 100 rands. So know how much you need to pay for as an application fee for whatever university you're applying for. And then the second last option on an application is usually the application fee. You can either pay via credit card on the university website, or you can do an EFT, or you can do a bank deposit. And if you do the last 2 options, you would have to come back to your application and upload the proof of payment, and then you can submit your application. Make sure you submit your application. Don't forget to press the submit button, because apparently that happens, and only then will you receive an email from the university saying you have applied for this and this study choices. The 5th point is preparation for tests. So I have come to realize that some students don't know that there are things called the NBTs, the National Benchmark Tests. So these are tests that you need to do, you need to write depending on which faculty or which study program you're applying for at university. For example, if you're applying for anything science related or health science related, and sometimes, well, engineering, sometimes commerce related, you need to write the NBTs. The NBTs, there's a language portion, there's a math portion, depending on what qualification you are applying for, you will either write the language only or you will write both the language and the math section. So read through the prospectus and the requirements for your degree, and you will know which one you need to write, whether you write one or whether you write both. And applications for NBT are currently open. They've opened on the 1st of April, and you need to write by a certain date depending on which study program you're applying for. For example, if you're applying for health sciences, because it closes sooner relative to other degrees, you need to have like written your tests maybe by like July, August. I'm not really sure. I'll put the link to the NBT website in the description below. Speaking of preparation for tests, there are some study choices that require that you job shadow as part of your application. So you will have this form on the school website that tells you, well done with this form. For example, if you're going to be applying for physiotherapy at Wits, you need to do job shadowing, and then you need to help the person you're shadowing sign the form to say you have done these many hours of job shadowing, and you have to apply that form as part of your application as well. You will not be considered if you don't upload that form. Faculty of Humanities as well, you need portfolios that you have to submit to qualify like for that course. So take note of those things. Basically read through the study programs you want to apply to. Read. Point number 6, scholarship applications. There is this myth I remember from high school back in the day, where teachers would tell you, no, you just need to work hard in matric and bursaries will be looking for you left, right and center. That is a myth. That is a lie. You need to apply for bursaries and scholarships in order to be considered of bursaries and scholarships. You're not gonna just sit home and get your distinctions and then some company comes knocking on your door and is like, oh my god, Ketlo, you perform so well, we want to take you to school. That does not happen unless you're like the top performing students and you end up on TV. Then they see you and maybe they might approach you, but in most cases you actually need to apply for funding to get funding. And I know the most common one is NSFAS, and some people think everybody gets NSFAS. Not everybody gets NSFAS. You can qualify for NSFAS, apply for NSFAS and still not get NSFAS. So I will have a video sometime this month with all the bursaries that are already open that you can apply to. I will try to make it general as well, so it does not only target environmental science people. I'll try and make it general so it's everyone, and I'll put like a bunch of links in the description, so look out for that video. So apply for scholarships, guys. Please apply for scholarships, especially if you know you're somebody like us. You don't come from like a well-off family where they can just pay like 120k a year for you to study. University is very expensive. Apply for funding. Make sure you apply on time, because by the time it's like October, November, bursaries are closed for the next year. So if you don't apply by then, by Jan, it's like, so apply. The 7th point is be organized and meet deadlines. Like I said, read through, figure out what these people need from you for your application. If they need you to job shadow, make sure you're doing that even before you start your application, because you can have your form signed and ready for when you do apply. Certify the documents that they need, scan and have them in PDF format on your device, so that when you do apply, you apply and you get it over and done with. Make sure you apply on time. Late application things don't really work, so make sure you apply on time. Know when the deadlines are, know when the closing dates are. And I feel like if applications opened on the 1st of April, just apply and get it over and done with, so you can focus on your matric and you don't have to worry about, well, applications close on 30th of June, so I'm gonna apply on the 27th. Like, really, no. Just know. So generally health science applications close by the end of June, and then every other like faculty, they close by the end of September. So October, November, nobody is still open. And then I have 2 questions that I'm gonna answer. The first one is, can you still apply if your grade 11 results are not that good? To answer your question, yes, but you need to be realistic about what exactly you're applying for. I am an example of this because my grade 11 math results were not the best, but I still applied and I got in. So your application is considered or evaluated based on your matric results. So if you know that, you know what, like grade 11 was but I'm gonna work so hard in my matric and my results are gonna be way better, apply for that study choice that you want as your first choice, and then have a realistic second and third option. Yeah, just apply. Don't have unrealistic expectations. Like, if I have level 3 maths and I know like maths is not my strong point, there's no way I'm gonna get a distinction by the end of the year, I can't be applying for medicine or like engineering everywhere. I don't mean to discourage, but I'm just being like, be realistic. What if I don't get in for the degree that I want? So the thing about second and third choices is that it's very easy to change degrees once you're at university compared to when you're like, just get in and then you will see when you get there. If you want to do, I don't know, but you get in for something else, you can always find a way to like get credits and then switch over to the thing that you really want to do. So it's very simple in that way. And then another question is, what if I choose to upgrade after matric? Let's say you qualify with your grade 11 results, you apply, and then your matric results are not the best. My advice and my opinion is, don't waste time upgrading. If you get in on a second or a third choice, just go to university and you can always switch after when you get credits later on. Upgrade only if it's like super necessary, like if you want to do a bachelor's degree but you get it like a C or a D, I don't know. By C I mean you pass with qualified for a certificate or admission to diploma, but you really want to do a bachelor's degree, maybe you can consider that. But I know some people are like, oh well, I didn't get a distinction for maths or physics, so I'm going to upgrade just so I can get a distinction. What is the purpose of that? So what are your intentions? What exactly are you trying to do? Like, you need to know, why are you upgrading? Is it for clout? Are you trying to impress people? What exactly are you trying to do? So don't end up spending 3 years of your time upgrading and then upgrading and then upgrading, because remember, there's still that possibility of you can upgrade and your marks can come back worse than they were previously. So take note of that. If there's anything that I have not touched on or maybe forgot to mention and you have a question about it, please drop it down in the comment section below. I will answer all the questions you have, and if there's anything that you think might be helpful for matric students applying to university that maybe I forgot to mention, please mention it in the comments down below as well, so they can see it. And please share it with anybody you think this video might help. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.